Coronation Street's Daniel Brocklebank opens up about Billy Mayhew's shocking departure after 11 years. Coronation Street actor Daniel Brocklebank has broken his silence on his plans to leave Weatherfield after over a decade on the show. The star will celebrate more than 10 years as Billy Mayhew in the ITV soap this December, before his exit airs in 2026. Daniel first stepped into the role of the former vicar back in 2014, and since then he's been part of countless dramatic storylines, especially involving his love life. Despite the heartbreaks and setbacks, Billy eventually found happiness with Paul Foreman, only for Paul to receive a devastating motor neurone disease (MND) diagnosis that ultimately led to his tragic death. Earlier this year, Daniel confirmed his upcoming departure in a statement to the Mirror, saying, "I've spent a quarter of my life working on Corey. I've loved every moment of being there and have always looked forward to walking through those doors. I adore everyone I work with, and while I'm sad about leaving, I'm also thrilled to discover what lies ahead." At the time, producers revealed that Billy would face challenges he could never have foreseen, setting up a top-secret storyline that would eventually see him written out. Speaking to Digital Spy, Daniel has now shared an update on his farewell plot. He admitted, "I already know what my storyline is. I'm obviously not going to reveal it, but yes, I'm pleased. I think it's the right way to end his journey." Reflecting on his years on the cobbles at the Inside Soap Awards 2025, he explained, "It's a real mixture of emotions. I'm buzzing with excitement. Out of my 32 years in acting, 11 of them have been at Corey. That's a third of my career. I'll definitely miss going into work each day." He added with a laugh, "I won't actually miss the people, because I'll see them constantly anyway. All my friends from the set are people I'll keep seeing outside of work." Meanwhile, viewers have been speculating about Billy's final storyline, with many fearing the worst for him because of his deep bond with Todd Grimshaw, who is currently trapped in a toxic, controlling relationship with Theo Silverton. Coronation Street favorite faces bowel cancer scare amid Theo's abusive behavior. Back in August, ITV confirmed that an upcoming storyline would focus on Theo's abusive treatment of Todd. So far, Todd has brushed off worrying signs of Theo's behavior, reasoning that Theo's circumstances are complicated, having only recently accepted his sexuality after years of denial. Theo's life has already been scarred by conversion therapy, and he is now also struggling with the collapse of his marriage and the fallout with his children. Initially, Theo's abuse played out through subtle manipulation, but in September, his actions escalated into violence when he lashed out at Todd. During one particularly shocking moment, he shouted at Todd, humiliated him, and even tried to force-feed him a kebab before storming out. Actor Gareth Pierce explained, "Todd has been excusing Theo's behavior, believing that his divorce and custody fight justify his stress. Todd feels pressured to be more tolerant than he normally would." He added, "But Todd is starting to question whether he's sacrificing too much of himself in the process." One major trigger for Theo is Todd's close bond with Billy. Although their romantic relationship is long over, the pair remain strong friends. Theo's jealousy comes to the surface again in upcoming episodes, but beforehand, he causes fresh chaos by vanishing from the flat without a word. When George Shuttleworth advises Todd to cut ties, the chance is ruined after Theo suddenly shows up at Victoria Garden. Spotting Asha Alahan in distress, Theo calls an ambulance, and while she is rushed to hospital, Todd realizes that his partner has quietly returned. Todd angrily confronts him over his disappearance, but Theo refuses to engage and storms away. Later in the week, Todd lies to Theo, claiming work commitments will keep him from Noah's funeral. In truth, he has a private hospital appointment. He confides in Billy that he's being tested for bowel cancer, something he hasn't told Theo. Billy offers to accompany him, and Todd is relieved to have the support. After the test, Todd thanks Billy with a drink at the Rovers, only for Theo to arrive and grow irritated at finding them together. Things get worse when Todd later mentions that he's going out for dinner with George and Christina, fueling Theo's resentment. If the hospital delivers bad news, Todd may be forced to rethink his already toxic relationship with Theo. Coronation Street has partnered with the charities Stonewall and Gallup to shape this storyline, ensuring accuracy in its portrayal of abuse within same-sex relationships. Gareth confirmed that the groups will continue to advise on upcoming developments as Todd's ordeal becomes more unsettling. They'll guide us not only on the physical violence, but also the controlling tactics, including body image and financial manipulation, which can play out differently in gay relationships, Gareth explained. He added that another important issue is how hard it can be to persuade authorities to recognize such abuse. There's still an outdated belief that if two men are together, they should be able to just deal with it themselves. That old-fashioned view of masculinity still causes problems. Coronation Street veteran praises Tanisha Gori's powerful performance during suicide attempt storyline. Fans of the ITV soap have recently watched Asha Alahan struggle with crippling anxiety and panic attacks after a harrowing night shift as a trainee paramedic. In a special installment, it was revealed that she not only witnessed a gruesome death, but was also subjected to racist abuse and assaulted by a drunken woman named Naomi. Matters worsened when Asha later crossed paths with Naomi at an event in the Chariot Square Hotel. Naomi denied any responsibility, pushing Asha into an even deeper spiral. Her stepmom Bernie Winter tried to step in with her own unconventional solution, but that only prompted Naomi to threaten legal action. Feeling cornered, Asha abandoned her police complaint. Next week, her downward spiral continues as she skips work and turns to alcohol. Her father Dev becomes alarmed after colleague Sienna points out that Asha still hasn't gone back to her paramedic duties. Ashamed when Dev confronts her, she drinks more, only to be spotted in a dangerous state by friend Amy Barlow, who quickly calls Dev. Actor Jimmy Harkishan explained, Dev gets that call from Amy, and his whole world collapses. He immediately goes into denial. At the hospital, Dev is stunned when paramedics ask if Asha has mixed drugs with the wine she's been drinking. A test comes back positive, and Bernie begins to fear Asha may have attempted to end her life, a possibility Dev refuses to face. Jimmy added, Dev lashes out at Bernie, pouring out his anger, guilt, and self-blame, but when he returns to his daughter's bedside, he's calm, loving, and apologetic. Then, outside the room, the mask slips. He's sobbing, furious, devastated, before putting it back on again. The actor also praised his co-star Tanisha Gori, who has played Asha for 16 years. She's extraordinary, Jimmy said warmly. Her instincts are spot on, and I always feel completely safe in scenes with her. She's grown into such a capable and confident performer. I honestly don't know how she's developed that talent, maybe just by absorbing everything around her at Corey, but she's fantastic. She feels so natural in the role that it doesn't seem like an actress playing my daughter. To me, she truly feels like family. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.